Ahoy! This is Harry Hansen reminding you to like and subscribe to the show on YouTube by going to youtube.com at the Get On With It podcast and clicking the subscribe button. Or just search YouTube for the Get On With It podcast and leave out the spaces. Either way, it's as easy as falling off a log. Thanks a bundle.
All right, everybody, welcome out to the Get On With It Sports Show. It is Wednesday, March the 18th, 2026. Just Johnny coming at you with me, as always. None of that, Mr. RadioPete and Mr. Harry Lug Nutz. Say hello, John.
Howdy. We got
hi, everybody. It's just you guys.
Professional, right out of the gate.
No one else is seeing that, so every time something goes wrong, just shut up about it.
That was only for us. Pete would never show any of those pictures on our show. You have to go OnlyFans to see them.
Our ratings would go up. I like
it's only you guys are seeing that.
I like the silk robe.
It was very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
I like the gold stitching on the collar. It's very nice.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's
very
right.
nice.
I did.
By the way, you each owe me $10 now.
Yeah. That's it, huh?
I don't work for free. No, I'm cheap, but I don't work for free.
I subscribe.
I do too.
By the way, you may notice we have a little ticker in the upper right or upper left, depending on which way you're looking at your screen's corner there. Mm-hmm. Just put some the playing
random
games
schools. Yeah.
College.
Put some random schools.
These are the two games.
The upcoming college
games.
baseball series.
These are the playing games that are going on. So
at the moment, right? Exactly.
At the moment, I love Prairie View. I'm just going to say it. I like Prairie View.
From where are they from? Minnesota?
I don't know.
Good question. Where are they from?
No, let's not. No, we don't care. All right, let's move on.
It's not fair.
We don't. This is the name of the new show. The new name of the segment is "We Don't Care."
We don't care. Why would we?
Who question? No one really cares. If you don't know, we don't care.
Who gives a damn?
So did everybody have a good week and everything so far?
Yeah. Good St. Patty's Day. Excuse me, I must be remiss if I didn't say happy birthday, belated today.
Happy birthday
to Harry.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Absolutely. How was your birthday? Did you do more partying for yourself or St. Patrick?
My birthday was wonderful, to answer your question. The irony in having my birthday on St. Patrick's Day is, as somewhat of an introvert it gives me a really good excuse to avoid humanity at its worst. So the thought of going to an Irish bar on St. Patrick's Day, or the Saturday before when the festivities or the whole weekend, it would never ever happen.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. So I just I had a wonderful birthday because I avoided all of that.
There you go.
Now, have you found that this mentality has increased or grown stronger as you've gotten older?
The possibility of me actually killing someone has gone up dramatically. Which is why my strong, hard and fast rule of not engaging in it at all has also risen. So yes. No, I mean, there had been times when I've been out on my birthday on St. Patrick's Day. The good thing is that sometimes people didn't even know it was my birthday. So that's also kind of nice. The theme here is I don't like celebrating my birthday, and I don't like being in crowds on St. Patrick's Day. It's quite possibly, it's the worst day to be in a bar.
It's not. It's one of the worst days. I'll agree with you there. It's one of the worst days to be in a bar. It's certainly not the worst day. The worst day to be in a bar is the night before Thanksgiving. That's the worst day.
But that's just a night. That's only one night. It's 4 hours, 5 hours. Okay, it's not the day of the parade, the weekend after. It falls on a Thursday, and then the day of.
To your point,
and people start drinking at 7 a.m.
Yeah, so. To your point, I can see what you're saying, but to that point, we were in, Jess and I were in, she ran the New York City Half Marathon on Sunday. We stayed in the financial district, stayed down on Pearl Street in Manhattan. On Saturday night, we went out to dinner. We walked down to Stone Street. I don't know if either of you, I'm assuming both of you at least know where Stone Street is or what Stone Street is.
Yes.
And it was because of the fact that it was the Saturday before St. Patrick's Day. It was basically looked like Bourbon Street in New Orleans on Fat Tuesday.
Yeah, just finance bros with very expensive vests.
It was literally to get the restaurant, of course, we were going to was right smack dab in the middle of the block, right? So we had to, it took us probably about 20 minutes, 25 minutes to walk one block to get through the crowd to get to the restaurant we were going to.
Mm-hmm.
And the restaurant, all the restaurants and bars were, they were busy, but they weren't packed. The street was packed. It was all about the street, right? So, and then yesterday we were out for St. Patrick's Day for a little bit. Went to a couple of bars. One of them we walked into, and it was immediately at quarter to 4 in the afternoon, a 4-hour wait for food. So we had one beer left.
Yeah, engaging in any of that. Number one, both of these things are, if you're past the age of like 35, I'll even raise it a little bit. The chances of you dying are just. I'm sure the alcohol related deaths for white men over the age of 60 on St. Patrick's Day has to be the highest. Bag. There's the percentage of bagpipers that die must be exponentially higher.
Was that alcohol related or is that wind related from the bagpiping?
It's
both. Maybe it's combo.
Probably stupidity related from
stupidity related,
which is a direct result of
either way.
Booze.
Yeah. I mean, if you're dumb enough to drink and or play a bagpipe at 8 a.m., then I don't have anything
you're
for you.
You're asking for it.
Yeah, you're asking for it.
But glad you had
8 a.m.
Exactly. Well, glad you had a great birthday.
Well, I mean, other than the end of it wasn't so great. Because,
Aaron Judge forgot how to hit.
Well, everybody forgot how to hit with the exception
Kyle Schwarber forgot how to hit.
Yeah, Kyle Schwarber forgot how to hit. More importantly, Luis Arias, who I've wanted for the last 3 years to be on the Yankees, knew how to fabricate a hit when the game was on the line because he's actually a great hitter. Then you pinch run for him, steal second base, and then another guy that they complain about his defense. He's not a great third baseman, but he seems to be a pretty damn clutch hitter. Lines a double. Remember a single, a stolen base and a double? Good for Venezuela. That's old time. That's old time baseball. When I mean old time, I mean 2008.
Right. Way back when. Right. Back in the day. Oh God, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Well, you know what? At least it's
strikeouts. Look, strikeouts.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that sat on the bench that shouldn't have been sitting on the bench too. So
who was catching last night?
Who was catching last night?
Oh, what's his name from the Dodgers? Smith.
Yeah, Smith was.
Why was Cal Raleigh not in there? And
right. There were Pete Armstrong. Why wasn't he playing last night? Still.
I'm not sure. I'm not that one. I don't know.
Why wasn't what's his face from the
Armstrong is a 210 hitter who had a beginning of a good year once.
No, but he was playing well in the whole series. Is my guess.
I don't know.
Has nothing to do with what he does.
Why weren't
they did bring him in
best pitchers pitching? Why? Why? Yeah.
Because it's spring training to them. They're not going to push anybody past what they would do in spring training. That's what it boils down to.
I know. And I like the fact that the U.S. had 4 of the top 5 teams in the World Baseball Classic. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Team USA Gagoots went really far on their espresso-fueled run. Team USA Great Britain and Team Puerto Rico also. By the way, you can't have it both ways. You either want to be a part of the United States or you're not.
Well, you said it. Puerto Rico's part of the United States except for baseball.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I don't know if Puerto Rico really has a say in it anymore. Well, and I'm not sure it was their choice in the first place.
We want them. In other words, and I think it would be nice to have some of those Team Puerto Rico players on Team USA. But anyway, I digress.
I mean, if all of the players that play in Major League Baseball that played in the World Baseball Classic played for Team US, there would be no other teams.
Yeah.
Here's what I learned from the World Baseball Classic. Austin Wells occasionally can hit a baseball, which is good going into the season for the Yankees. Let's see. Hopefully that translates beyond the World Baseball Classic. And seeing a Colorado Rocky have 3 hits in the game-winning game for Venezuela was also pretty encouraging. So
there you go.
Yeah. And look, I think the Yankees and Mets would be good to get some really great. I don't even want an espresso machine in the dugout. I want an Italian barista with an expensive espresso array in every
one of those big copper cappuccino machines.
Tap in, everything.
Even if there's just a window at the end of the dugout that they can slide up and order, and that would be nice. Listen, I'll say a couple things about the WBC. Number one, I think the really good part about it is that it was really exciting, and even though we didn't win, everybody kind of won because it was a really good tournament. And this year, I think it kind of took on a little bit of a greater place or importance in the baseball fans' world, I think, and that's really good. I think that's really good. Right. And it was, and look, all the jerks on the radio were, complaining that Aaron Judge, was a choker, and whoever was it, Soto who said, or somebody said something about it was as exciting as the World Series.
Aaron Judge.
Banging them for that because you don't have anything to bang them for because they're not playing yet. Those guys should just shut the hell up. But I think it's great that it was exciting and it was a good tournament, and it's really good for baseball. And baseball's coming off of one of the best World Series ever. Certainly, I would say in my lifetime.
Yeah.
And I just wonder now, you got 9 months or whatever it is, a little bit more than that. Oh, no, I guess to figure out how not to blow it when the end of the season comes. And they have to bargain because that's coming up.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm really worried because I think we all kind of root for baseball to get out of their own freaking way.
I'm convinced that there's a really strong possibility that there will be no baseball in 2027.
Well, we'll talk about that next year.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, it would be sad, but I'm not going to cry for a bunch of. I'm not going to cry for a sport where the best of the best get $23 million a season to hit 230.
Right.
No, I don't have sympathy for the players or for the owners, but I have sympathy for us and the fans.
Yeah, of course, we want it.
If they don't keep this goodwill going, then it's just going to lead to more of this same kind of crap that we're seeing right now. And it would be a shame. It would be a shame. Baseball's already fallen down as far as being the number one sport and all that, and maybe not by as much as some people like to claim. But I just would like to see them have more than.
When was the last time it was number one? 1965, 1975?
Well, no, I think it's been a couple of decades. The NFL has obviously taken over. But my point, and I don't think they're getting back to it either.
I think baseball, maybe because of the NBA's inability to get out of its own way, I think that since the early 2000s, I think baseball's number 2. I think the NBA has fallen to number 3. That's my general sense of things.
Oh yeah,
I would say that's fair. But the NBA, I think people are more mad at the players than the owners.
Right. Well,
and baseball, I think it's pretty evenly.
Both games have changed dramatically.
Yeah, but I don't want to see baseball have this goodwill disappear. In a couple of months when the season's over, and then you're right, John. There may not be any baseball, or at least not a full season next year. So I hope they can figure out how to get this worked out.
And we could just take off the summer for the podcast. It'd be fantastic.
There you go. There you have it.
Well, we still have
there's other sports.
Well, and the WNBA, they've reached a verbal agreement now. So
they did. Well, the WNBA got a 6 times. They raised their salaries by 5-fold, 6-fold.
Yeah.
I don't know where the revenue is going to come from. The NBA is going to be paying for all this because I don't think they're going to raise ticket prices 6-fold, or do I think the owners are just going to take less money? The WNBA is a great product, and I'm happy for the athletes. They deserve everything they're getting and probably more. They shouldn't have to work side jobs to be a professional athlete. Having said that, it's not it's a subsidized league that doesn't make any money. Yeah,
it doesn't generate revenue to support itself. So
some of the pundits are convinced that in the years to come, once the all this money coming out of the NBA's pocket, really starts to make them go, do we really want to keep doing this?
Well, they will.
I think they will, because it's nobody's going broke because of the WNBA. The NBA is not. You know what I mean?
Money that it can be
if we pay for the WNBA next year, we're going to be in the red.
Also,
that's never going to happen.
I'm sure it's a tax write-off to some degree.
Yeah, it's a drop in the bucket in the tax write-off to boot. But hopefully we'll have that to cover it.
Yeah.
And the World Cup, we can talk about the World Cup and hockey through the June. The playoffs are extended for 2 extra weeks.
Yeah,
because of the Olympics.
What if we don't have baseball? Is this what we're talking about?
I mean, we'll have it this year. But
you guys could talk about the World Cup and hockey. I'm not.
See what Harry's trying to say is those 2 or 3 weeks a year that he actually wants to talk about baseball, he won't be able to.
Yes.
And I am not I'm not getting a surrogate
right
for those 2 weeks. All right. And the last thing I want to say about the WNBA or the WBC is, look, I want to see a whole season of the ABS. I'd like to see that. What I've seen so far in spring training, I kind of like it, to be honest, because the umpires are fucking terrible. And there has to be some, and if this doesn't, look, I've heard people say, another 2 years and there won't be any umpires behind the plate.
Maybe no umpires anywhere.
Somebody still has to miss the tag, and call the guy safe or whatever. But hang on. But I want to see more of it. I want to see a whole season of it. And I think, given what happened this year with the Baseball Classic, I think they need to implement it for next year.
Here's the thing that I'm going to say.
You can't have these games ending on these lousy calls.
Yeah, but before we had the box there and all of the camera, footage that we have now in the high definition, you sort of lived with it. And baseball was a better game. I'm sorry, it was. So maybe we're getting better. You can complain about it. I know you're Mr. Rules, and I don't mind the realities of human nature when it comes to calling things. Here's the other thing I'm going to say. I think it's going to be like cashiers at a grocery store. Okay, you're still going to have 3 umpires, but instead of actually calling the game, they're going to have a big keychain. They're going to be on the side, and when the robot can't figure out if it was a strike, then they'll come over and reset it and call in New York. They're going to be like the manager at the checkout line. Yeah,
the little triangular key key that fits in the thing. Well, here's why I got to disagree with what you just said. One reason: gambling.
Yeah,
I agree with you that baseball. Look, different umpires, and we knew who they were, right? We knew who these guys were. We could probably name. We can name some of them now. We can name the guys from our past. This guy has a big strike zone.
I will never mention Angel Hernandez's name ever.
This guy's a giant hippo, and it's really hot out in Atlanta today. He's going to want to get out of there. So swing your bat. You could compensate for that.
Right.
But with gambling, I just think there's too much of a temptation.
There was always gambling, but you're right. They're gambling on more.
But sanctioned,
they're gambling on more micro-specific things.
Yeah, it's sanctioned, legalized gambling, and the referees can be affected by that too.
And you couldn't call your bookie in the 6th inning and go, "I want to put 20-1 odds on such and such having 3 strikeouts this inning."
Right
now you can do that. So it's more micro.
So that's why I think there has to be.
I bet you there was a bookie somewhere that would do that, but no, it was probably few and far.
But I don't want to replace the umpires. I just want them to be better. I just want them to be better.
Yeah.
I want there to be a check so that when they're really bad, then we can say, hey, yeah, you were wrong. You were wrong, and we corrected it. But, we'll see. We'll see how it goes over the course of a whole season. That's what I want to see. So, anyway. When's opening day? A week, right?
Opening day is 1 week from tomorrow. Actually, technically, opening day is 1 week from right now.
Yeah, because
the Yankees are playing on Wednesday evening.
And where is that happening?
That they're away, right, Harry?
I don't know.
It's happening here in the States.
Yeah, I thought it was a foreign game.
Maybe it is a foreign game. I don't know. No, let's find out. But for all intents and purposes, opening day is a week from tomorrow, Thursday, the 26th. Are you checking that, Pete?
I'm just looking at the calendar here. So 2 weeks from today is April 1st.
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to be starting.
So opening day is
so almost a week before the traditional opening day.
That's not good.
Of old, but I know that hasn't been the case in a number of years. But I still don't like it. But
the Yankees are playing the Giants in San Francisco next Wednesday night.
All right. Well, at least it's here in the States.
It's here in the States.
I still don't like it, but I really couldn't stand it. Didn't they open in Japan last year, a couple of years ago, or something like that? And I'm like, this.
I don't think it was baseball, but yeah.
All right,
I got it.
Was it? Maybe it was.
I think so.
Oh, what it was is the Dodgers. Yeah, and then it was like 2 weeks before opening day.
Yeah,
like a week before opening day. Yeah,
which I don't think you have to promote baseball. Of all the countries in the world that are not the U.S., I don't think Japan is someplace you have to promote baseball.
No,
they're really the second best at it.
Mm-hmm.
Not this year.
Well, as far as the way they play and they have bigger leagues and better players than any other country besides the U.S. I think.
Yeah.
Bigger structure. They love it more.
Right, exactly. I have one other quick note in baseball. It's a Mets point. It happened recently. Before it gets any older, I don't want to wait 2 weeks to bring it up. Just want your thoughts. Assuming both of you have heard of this point, but the Mets are going to be retiring another number.
Oh yeah. I'm glad you brought this up. I was looking at this the other day.
Harry, want to take a guess?
Is it my good buddy?
Lee Mazzilli? No.
Yeah. Who would the Mets? All right, the Mets. I mean, who's already retired for them? That's what I don't know.
A number of people now.
But who of current players? Is Strawberry retired? Is Gooden retired?
Strawberry's retired. Gooden's retired. Hernandez is retired. Wright is retired.
Hernandez, yeah, of course.
Yeah. This player. All right. Let's put it this way. As of right now, only two of the Mets retired numbers are players that went into the Hall of Fame as Mets. After this year, that number will change.
Oh, wow! They're really going to retire his number?
They're retiring Carlos Beltran.
All right.
Yeah.
Nobody will wear number 15 ever again for the Mets.
Carlos Beltran. When I look back, for some reason, he doesn't register with me for how good his numbers were. Like, I know he was around. I know he was a good player. But for some reason, I mean, he played for the Yankees too. I just don't register him. And I don't know why that is. So good for him, I guess. Good for the Mets. I don't know.
How
do you feel about it as Mets fans?
Well, I want Pete's take first, and then I'll give
I know what you think, John.
Look,
they're gonna have a statue with him like this.
Yeah, a statue with him watching Strike Three Go Go.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I would say he wasn't around that long, but most of the
Mets, the longest part of his career was spent in Queens.
Yeah, but does that deserve his number to be retired?
See, that's the thing. If you look at it by comparison to other Mets who've had their numbers retired, he's probably got one of the longer tenures in Queens.
Yeah, but is he
the Mets?
But is
he? I don't. It's hard to. I mean,
if they're retiring his number,
he's a good player.
There's no excuse for them not to retire the number 8 very soon.
I mean, it's almost like the Yankees saying, I'm going to retire Robinson Cano's number.
And to be quite honest with you, Gary Carter way deserves to be his number retired.
Yeah, if I think
that's part of what
Carter
this is.
Way before I think of Carlos.
Yeah, that's part of what this is there's plenty of other people who are more deserving than Beltran. You could make an argument that he's deserving, okay? I don't think it's a good argument, but that's because I think
it's also
not quite as much hatred for him as John does.
But he also played for a lot of teams where Carter really, you think of him as a Met and an X.
Right. Yeah. But my point is there are other people who, why aren't their numbers retired? And you're going to do it for Beltran, and it's just because he's going to the Hall of Fame.
That's the only reason he's going.
It's a misstep by the Mets, just where they were, building some good press and stuff.
I think he's probably got a lot of pull
with find the banana peel to step on.
Fan base of the MLB too, though. So I mean, he's a younger guy, and
Hi, Vanessa. He's younger. I get it. You're right. I understand what you're saying. Look, this is clearly because he's going into the Hall of Fame. Clearly,
right?
Because he's going to the Hall of Fame. He would not be getting his number retired if he were not nominated into the Hall of Fame this year. Period.
Yeah.
End of conversation.
I agree.
But
I agree.
I don't absolutely despise it, but to your point, Pete, and it is my point, there are many other numbers, many other players whose numbers deserve to be retired well before Carlos Beltran.
And
Gary Carter's at the top of that list.
Agreed. And if the Hall of Fame I also don't think the Hall of Fame has the credibility that it used to.
It doesn't.
No, it doesn't. But it's still the Hall. But yeah, a lot of people that Vanessa, if they retired your number, I would go. Probably go to the ceremony.
I would retire Vanessa's number in a heartbeat. Done.
I would go when we get a Hall of Fame for this show, Vanessa.
You're
in it. You're in it. You're the first inductee. So
there you go.
But yeah, lots of guys who should be ahead of Beltran, but
all right,
whatever. It's
there you go.
Mets are trying to capitalize.
Congratulations, Carlos Beltran.
Yeah, whatever you.
Congratulations.
Hopefully there's a bobblehead and a water bottle with his picture on it.
Yeah. By the way, Prairie View is in Texas somewhere. So
Texas, okay.
But I'm still rooting for him.
Prairie View, yeah.
You want to know why? I'll give you
the first time you said it. The first time I heard.
Is there ever a reason why, Pete? Other than usually it's based on some sort of disgust for the opposite or the alternative, but
I'll tell you why. Because this is a very typical Pete reason. When I was a kid, I don't know why I got it, but I had a sweatshirt with like the blue and gold, and it said Prairie View, University on it, and it had the logo and stuff.
Really? They've been around that long, huh?
Oh yeah. And I don't know where I got it, but I like the color, and I wore it proudly.
I think you should put it on.
It was when I was 8 or 10 years old, and
exactly
that will cost you more than $10, sir.
As a headband, wear it as a headband.
Just the sweater.
Fat guy in his 10-year-old clothes. That's buku.
That's niche. That's niche. Yeah, let's not talk about old guy and anything to do with 10-year-old. Yeah,
no, that's not.
Anyway, they're my clothes, so
yeah. But let's
anyway, he did say his 10-year-old.
I know. Yeah, hashtags can go a long way.
There you go.
Melissa says she lived next to. Let's put the chat up here.
Congratulations, Vanessa! Finally closing on it. That's awesome. And said she lived next to the baseball stadium in Arlington, Texas, for a time. She moved just as the new Dallas Stadium was being dug across the street.
Oh, there we go.
I dig that.
I would love to live next to a baseball stadium.
I would love to.
No, except for Yankee Stadium.
No, I don't want that.
You wouldn't want to live
right. I don't want to live next to City Field either.
Yeah.
Not so much.
Maybe
pretty miserable. Yeah.
Although apparently parking is going to be an issue there, but we'll bring that up on the next show. I got a couple things to talk about.
We're going to talk about Mets parking. Fantastic.
Oh no, it's an end of show little quip kind of thing.
All right, let's do. We got a 4 got to stay, I believe.
We got a 4 got to stay.
Let's do that question of the day. 4 got to stay.
Can I raise a practical question at this point?
Well, if you just answer the question.
Do you want it? Are you sure? Well, here it is. The question of the day.
All right, question of the day.
Yeah, that's clearly Harry's voice. right? Is the girl's voice yours, RadioPete? Is that your only voice?
Girl's voice.
I'm doing all the voices on that.
Oh, it's all you. All right.
Straight from cyberspace.
That's right.
AI. Oh, okay. All right,
Yeah.
I got you. All right. Question today. Four got to stay. You know the drill. As we did last week or 2 weeks ago, we did sports decades. We did NFL 2 weeks ago. So tonight we're doing Major League Baseball. So don't need to bother writing them down. You know the drill, though. This is out of these six, four got to stay, two got to go. Are you more partial to the Major League Baseball in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, or so far in the 2020s?
Not including the 60s?
Not including the 60s.
Yeah.
Seeing the three of us could have experienced baseball in the 60s, but we don't quite remember it that well.
My answers are going to be the same for every sport you list.
All right, so
the exception of maybe curling.
Curling today really
fuck the last two decades, and everything was better in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and 2000s. I guess if I have to include it.
There you go. Pete, you feel the same way?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, 60s were kind of being a Jet fan and a Met fan. That's
well, you know what? I'll tell you.
Even though that was a glory decade for me.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, that's 2/3 of my championship.
Well, I just think the game was a little better.
I'll tell you this. Let's do it this way. For this particular purpose only, let's take off the 2020s and add on the 1960s. Then where are we at? Are we still just keeping the four oldest ones, or what are we doing?
Much like music, much like Hollywood starlets, much like
so
environmental protections. The 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s are the best. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I might swap out the 90s for the 2000s, but
you can swap the 90s for 2000s. But to my point, Harry, baseball in and of itself, I do definitely agree, and for obvious reasons, but in general as well, baseball in the 80s was better for me than baseball in the 2000s.
Are we talking personally, or just what we think if the game was better? Then the answer
both, but I'm going to ask you personally as a Yankees fan.
I don't remember the 60s, so yeah.
No. I'm not even talking about the 60s. I'm asking you, would you put the 80s above the 2000s for the Yankees? Personally.
Well, they made it to 2 World Series in the 80s and one I guess they made it to three in the 2000s. Well, that's right, because it was just 81. They didn't make it in 80. Yeah.
They made it to 4 World Series in the 2000s. They won 2. They lost 2.
Well, the 2009 and 2000, they lost in 01. They lost in 03.
And they won in 2000, and they won in
2000. Okay, yeah, 2000. I guess
for the Yankees as a team, the 2000s were a much better decade than the 80s were. They went to 1 World Series and lost in the 80s.
Yeah, but they had good teams in the 80s and good players, but they just they didn't win anything except for once. But I mean, obviously, I just don't know. I can't stand those 2 World Series they lost, because that one with that stupid, cheap little fucking hit by Gonzalez. God, I hate that. God, that's the 1 World Series I remember, other than 77, is that 2001 garbage with losing to not even a real team, some team that was just made up. Where the hell did they play?
I've watched every World Series. Well, I've watched every World Series period since I can remember, but I've definitely watched every Yankees World Series as well as Mets. Obviously, there's more of them to watch. But whatchamacallit? I remember. I think I remember the 2000 Yankees World Series the best.
Yeah.
And it was the worst, basically. But yeah.
Well, yeah, I do remember that one. It was a good one.
Oh yeah, for you.
Yeah.
That's so good.
I love.
The only thing that would have made that World Series worth losing, is if Piazza charged them out and beat the living shit out of Roger Clemens.
Piazza would have got his ass fucking.
I think he would have lost. Piazza
would have scared shitless.
It would have been roids on roids. So I mean, come on.
Piazza would have gotten killed. He had fear on his face. He wasn't going anywhere. Roger Clemens would have ate the bat and shoved it up Piazza's ass.
I'm not saying that wouldn't have happened, and I'm not saying that that's why he didn't. However, it would have definitely made for good TV had he charged him out.
Yeah, maybe if he'd gone and gotten another bat before charging out there, he might have stood a chance, but I think Clemens would have kicked his ass.
Mike Piazza, my second favorite Mets catcher.
Yeah.
All right.
Behind Yogi?
No, behind Gary Carter. I'm sorry, Carter was the best catcher to ever play for the Mets.
Of course he was. 100% agree. I know. Dave. Pete's partial to Paul Duca.
Paul Duca, good player.
Yeah. No, he was.
Yeah.
He's no Gary Carter though.
No.
Him and Todd Pratt, I think my all-time two favorites.
I mean, you guys are Mets fans, so like that '86 team. I mean, you have to pick, but it's sort of like being a Knicks fan where you just have to take everyone from the 70 and 70, 73, from those years and just sort of put them on a pedestal.
Sure. No, well, you do.
Yeah, we have a couple of like 3 or 4 year periods where we can take certain players from, right? A couple of years in the 80s.
But that 86 team, when I look at the 69 team was great. And it was a big upset, blah, 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 blah. It wasn't a great team. They played really well. Mm-hmm. That 86 team, looking back on it, not just personality-wise, but talent-wise.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, monsters. Monsters.
And for the most part,
the most entertaining team
since
Dennis Rodman. Until Rodman came along with like the Bulls. I mean,
and for the most part, a lot of that team was still together 2 years later when they absolutely should have roller skated through the World Series if it wasn't for Mr. Gibson.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Gibson did a pretty good job that postseason.
Yeah, he unfortunately did. The Mets were better than the Dodgers. Come on, the Mets were better than the Dodgers. They should have won that series.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Yeah.
I think we need a Johnny's revisionist history segment.
No, absolutely.
Well, the Mets would have 37 World Series titles.
We need like a Mr. Peabody's Wayback Machine, right?
Oh, there you go.
The Giants would have 9 Super Bowls and have the best record all time, and the Mets would have 37 World Series titles.
400.
37.
Paul Duca
37 out of the last 39.
That's right.
They probably would have lost.
The
NLCS to the Dodgers last year, but they would have beat the Yankees if they had.
Absolutely, yeah, they would have beaten everybody. Just imagine if
That's me. There you go.
All right, let's do a little Are They For Real as we roll through our baseball coverage here. Why not? There we go.
What is real?
What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain.
Pretty sure none of that's real.
You're not real.
For real, for real, for real. Yeah.
What is real?
All right, Are They For Real? Got a little bit of housekeeping to do. Last show we talked about the World Baseball Classic. And we said who was going to go to the quarterfinals. And we had the USA or Japan. We all said both, and we were right about that. We also had the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico. You guys said both. You were right. I did not think Puerto Rico was going to go. No, I thought... Yeah. Anyway, I was wrong about something, however it was. As usual. Yes. However...
you had Finland making it to the.
I had Finland and Israel in the final, and it was a bad call. It was a bad call.
Finland versus Belarus.
It's a bad call, Ripley. But before we go back to baseball, we had a little bit of NCAA stuff. We were talking about the conference tourneys, which were about to get underway, and we talked about the top 4 seeds and would they win their conference tournaments. So we'll do the women first. We all took UConn for the win, correct? We all took UCLA, correct? We had South Carolina and Texas, who were both in the SEC. John said South Carolina no, Texas yes, so he was correct, 4-0. Harry had the opposite, so he was wrong on both counts. And I had South Carolina no and Texas no. I had neither of them, so I was wrong on the Texas part. So Johnny went 4-0, I went 3-1, Harry went 2-2. We did the same thing for the men. Duke in the ACC. John going against Duke. I love you for that, but you were incorrect. Harry and I said yes. We all took Arizona. We all said no to UConn winning the Big East tournament, which they did not. And you guys took Arizona to win the Big Ten, and I did not. So, John, you went 2-2. Harry went 3-1, and I went 4-0.
Which one did I get wrong?
You got Michigan.
Oh.
Michigan. Yeah, you and John both got Michigan. Sorry, I skipped that one.
Yeah.
So, John, you went 6-2 overall. Harry, you went 5-3 overall, and I went 7-1 overall between the men and the women. So, not bad on our part.
There you go.
Not terrible. Not terrible.
Not too shabby.
So, let me grab a piece of paper here.
Oh, great! I'm gonna draw
just so I can mark down the answers here. So, are they for real? We're going to look at some of the changes or players who have gone to different teams this year, and I'm going to ask you about are they going to have a better record than they did without these players?
Okay.
So first up, Pete Alonso went to the Orioles.
Oh, we're switching to baseball. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. So who's going to have a better record, the Mets or the Orioles?
The Mets.
The Mets.
Mets. I'm going to say Mets. All right. Bregman to the Cubs. Who's going to have a better record? Sox or the Cubs?
That's a tough one.
I'm going Sox.
They're going to ride Roman Anthony. I don't know who else they have. They didn't really have a stellar offseason, the Red Sox. I'm going to say the Cubs. I think the Cubs are going to have a good year. I think their closer's looking good. I think Bregman didn't do much yesterday like everybody else, but I think Bregman's a good pickup. I think it's a big pickup, actually.
It's a good pickup for the Cubs. I just think the Sox are going to go. I think the Cubs are going to have a good year, too. I just think the Sox are good.
I'm not sold on the Red Sox. I'm not sold on the Red Sox this year. But anyway, go.
I'm going to go with the Red Sox, I think. Astros or the Tigers? I don't even know his first name. Valdez.
Framber Valdez.
Framber Valdez, yes.
Oh, the Tigers are going to have a better record.
Yeah, Tigers are definitely going to have a better record.
They're in an easier division, and they're going to win more games.
Harry, your
never
love
count
for the
out
Astros is fading.
Doesn't mean they're not. If they play them in the playoffs, I might take the Astros. They're getting old, and their magic is dwindling, but they're still really good.
Well, I like Detroit, and so I'm going to agree with all you guys.
I think the reason why I like Valdez is because he's going to be their second or third starter. He doesn't have to be that top guy. I think he'll have a good year.
Yeah. All right. We'll also put the Blue Jays or the Mets, thanks to the travels of Mr. Bichette. John, I'm assuming you're going to say the Mets?
Mets again, yeah. Mets are going to have a good season this year.
That Blue Jays team is that Blue Jays team is a good team. I think it's going to be close. I think the Mets are going to have a little bit of tough time with just the division. I think the Blue Jays are going to be better than they were last year.
You think it's an easier division that the Blue Jays are in here?
I don't think it's easier. I think that they dominated it last year and they won, although they tied with the Yankees. I think it's a bigger jump for the Mets to get a better record this year than the Blue Jays. Even though the Blue Jays lost a really big piece, they've gained some other parts. And I think the Blue Jays will have a slightly better record. That doesn't mean I don't think the Mets will have a good record. And they might still win the NL East. I just think the Blue Jays will have maybe one or two games better.
Fair enough.
To me, this is maybe the most interesting one because the Mets were really good until suddenly they weren't.
Well, they were good for a month.
Well, I mean, obviously, if Stearns is correct and the clubhouse was the reason that they kind of didn't, right? Then if he addresses these issues and it's full steam ahead, so to speak, then there you go.
There's been teams that have won championships who had the worst clubhouse chemistry in the history of humanity. So whatever. I think the Blue Jays have better pitching than the Mets. I think the Mets have a lot of potential. Pitching wins out. I'll take the Blue Jays.
Mets, as usual, have to have a bunch of stuff come together, but Blue Jays, I don't know. I mean, look, the Yankees are the Yankees. Baltimore, look, Alonso doesn't make them, really a contender, but it makes them a better team. And although if Harry's thinking the Red Sox are going to be questionable, then I don't know how much. My point is, I don't know if the division's going to be measurably easier than it was last year.
I actually think that the AL East is going to be more difficult for the Blue Jays than the NL East is going to be for the Mets. I do.
Yeah, I just don't know if I think the Mets have a lot of things to figure out.
Yeah. All right, last one. This is not about a player moving. This is about a player staying. And he's our favorite, everybody's favorite, the MVP of the All-Star game, Carl Schwarber. Mm-hmm. So, last year's Phillies with Schwarber or this year's Phillies with Schwarber? Who's going to have a better record?
Neither.
It's going to be even? Same number of...
Well, they won the National League East last year, right? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, I didn't bother to write down what anybody's record was.
But they were. I think they only won like 92 games.
Yeah, it was low.
That's it. Only 90 something.
I think last year's Phillies would have a better record than this year's Phillies. I do.
So you think last year is going to be better?
Yep. It will. So in other words, the Phillies will not have as many wins this year as they did last year.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I think
I'm going to agree too, only because I can't imagine the Mets and the Braves having the same seasons they had last year again. No. Although they do get to play the Marlins.
That's true. That's true. All right, so we're all in agreement on the Mets and the Orioles. We all agree Texas over the Astros, and we all agree last year's Phillies will have a better record than this year's Phillies, and we have differences on the others. So we will go through the season and we will see. And that is Are They For Real? So let's move right on to Over Under, and we'll take a look because that is also baseball related.
Well, I've got no chance of losing this time.
Okay, Over Under baseball. Now this one is a little bit a little weird. Really? From me, believe it or not.
Over under, which is never which is over under. It's neither an over nor an under. Explain.
Yeah. I don't really get it right. Yeah. Anyway, this is why I got fired from my bookie ship in Vegas. Yeah. Anyway, amongst other reasons. But so here's what I did. I looked at win totals of all the teams by division.
Okay.
All right. Or I looked at all win totals by division over the last 10 years. And I computed the 10-year average, and this is based on all the wins of all the teams over the last 10 years. So I computed a 10-year average, and then I took that number and I subtracted it from the total number of wins each division had last season. Right. And then I took whatever that difference was, I split it in half, and I added it to the 10-year average. And that's the over-under.
Please ask the question.
That's the over-under. No, I'm following it. I got you.
Because all the 10-year averages were lower than last year's win totals. So I just split the difference in half and added it. So here we go.
All right.
AL East. Last year, 429 wins. 10-year average, 398 wins. So that is a plus 15 and a difference of 31. That's a lot of games. A lot of games. So plus 15 and a half. The 10-year average comes out to 413 and a half total wins for the AL East in the upcoming season. 429 last year, 413 and a half this year, over under.
439 last year?
429.
429. So we're looking at a 16 game differential. I'll take the over.
All right. I mean, we're just talking about the Jays are going to be better, and the Yankees are going to be the Yankees. Orioles will probably win a few extra games.
The Rays always seem to win a few games.
Yeah, the Rays are kind of a wild card, and the Red Sox are. I took the Red Sox being better than the Cubs. I think they're going to be so good. So I'll take the over as well. John?
Over. Definitely.
Over. Okay. American League Central. Last year, 387 wins. That was tied with the NL West for the lowest number in baseball. 10-year average, 363. Difference was 25, so 12.5. So the over-under for this upcoming season is 363 plus 12.5, which is 375.5. 387 last year, 375.5 this year.
I'll go first. Over.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over on that as well.
I'm gonna take the under, as I am wont to do. All right, AL West last year 406 wins, 10-year average 354. Over under for this year 380.5. So this one had the biggest difference. This was a 52 game difference.
Yeah. Basically because of the Mariners.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So again, it's a
what is the
26 and 406 was the last year. 380.5 is the over under.
I'm gonna go over again.
It's hard not to take the over because it's such a large difference.
Mm-hmm.
John,
I can't see any of those teams really. Maybe
well, now here's
Angels.
the thing: it's 26 games, right? So you got how many teams in the division?
4, right?
5.
5 in the AL West. Okay.
So you're talking,
yeah,
5 games, less, 5 wins less for each team, or 10 win if somebody really sucks and goes 10 or maybe 12 or maybe 15 games under. Now you only really need to have the other teams losing an average of 2 or 3 wins a season. So
one team had a historically good year, and a few teams there had years where they were probably a little bit under what you would expect from them in the Angels and the Astros. So
it's still a big drop, but it doesn't.
I'm still going to go over. Yeah, I'm going to go over.
Johnny?
Under.
Johnny's going under.
That's the one I would feel the most comfortable going under on, though.
Yeah, I'm going to go under as well. All right. By the way, that was the third highest total number of wins. It was AL East 429, NL Central 421, AL West 406, NL East 400, and then NL West and AL Central 387. So let's move to the NL East. 400 last year, 10-year average 360. So the over/under is 380.5.
I'm going to go over.
John is going over for the NL East.
Mike, the one question mark I have there is who are the Braves? And are the Marlins going to are they going to win 12 more games than they did last year? They actually had a decent end to the season, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, again, you're talking about 20 and a half games spread out over.
I'm going to go over. I think I got to go over.
Yeah, I'm going to go over too because
I got to pick an under on one of them.
I think the Marlins might not be as good, but maybe not that much as good.
I think they're going to be better.
And I think the Mets will be better.
I think the Braves are the real question mark in that division.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the NL Central.
Well, the Nats are going to suck.
Yeah, the Nats will suck. But can they really? Can they suck considerably more than last year?
Right.
They can suck.
Will they suck 15 games worse, or
Yeah, they're the Wizards of the baseball. So yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Washington, man, except for the Capitals, what do they have? Well, I mean, Commanders were good, but they get their quarterback healthy. They're the bright light, right? And then the Capitals.
He's a flash in the pan.
Yeah, DC, maybe the worst sports city overall. All right, NL Central, 421 wins last year. As I said, that was second most. 10-year average, though, 356. This was the biggest difference. 65-game difference there. So the over-under, 356 plus 32.5 is 388.5 for the National League Central. And I will say I'm going to take the under.
I'm right with you, under.
I'm going under on this one, too.
All right. And we'll go to the West.
The Brewers will probably win 120 games.
387. What's the record? It'll be 2 under it.
Yeah.
National League West
118,
tied.
right? 118.
Yeah, something like that. Tied with the AL Central for least number of wins at 387. And that was with the Dodgers and the Padres, and
that's it. And
the Giants were not good. They weren't terrible, but they were not good.
They weren't good, but the Rockies were really bad.
And
that's the thing, is that sometimes the reason why it seems less is because some divisions have more teams than others.
Yeah. But here's the fun part.
Right?
387 last year. 10-year average. 10-year average, 384.
Mm-hmm.
So plus 1.5, and the over-under's 385.5.
Yeah.
So, to me, this is very interesting because it's only, can that whole division be 1.5 wins better than they were last year?
I think so. I mean, I think I could see the Dodgers winning 6-7 more games than they did last year. I could see the Padres winning at least 2 to 3 more games. I could see the Rockies winning 10 to 15 more games this year. Who am I missing in that division? Oh, the Diamondbacks. I don't know about the Diamondbacks, but they can't be as bad as they were last year, could they?
They could.
Yeah. So even if they stay the same, can we gain those wins from the Rockies, Dodgers, and Padres? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to go over.
I am too. I don't think the Diamondbacks can lose enough to. Johnny's over as well.
I'm going over as well.
All right. So AL East, we agree. NL East, we agree. The entire National League, we all agree. Over, under, over. So there you go.
I think I was the only one who diverted on one. Yeah. All right.
No, we all said over on the East. We all said over on the Central. We all said over.
No, I'm talking about in the American League. Yeah,
man. Oh, American League.
Well, Harry diverted on one. Pete diverted on one.
All right.
I went under on 2 in the American League.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
As usual, a mixed bag of stuff. So.
Well, we're an hour into the show, and we haven't talked about the biggest thing in sports.
Well, what is that? What could that possibly be?
You tell me with your Prairie View. What are they? The Prairie View Panthers?
Is it Prairie View or Prayer Review?
It's Texas, so it should be Prayer Review, but it's Prairie View. Yeah.
So, anyway.
I don't know what the team name is. Mountaineers or something?
They're Mountaineers, I believe. Yeah.
I think they're the Panthers.
Under the Panthers, yeah. The Mountain Hawks.
Panthers. There we go.
They're playing the Mountain Hawks. Yeah.
They're up by 11, I think, or something like that.
Yeah. Like they're winning right now. So
go.
All right. So
just a quickie, and then moving on to.
We still got just a quickie. Jesus.
Oh yeah. All right. Let's do just a quickie. Let's get that.
It's just a quickie.
It's just a quickie. It's always just a quickie. Just one? Is it just one?
It's just one.
All right.
I picture the voice in.
I know.
In the.
The question of the day voice.
The day voice is her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Neither are real. I just picture that. Yeah.
Well, assumedly one is real. We don't know who it is.
Well, assuming they're both real, right? It's just a voice.
What is real?
What is real?
Yeah. Are they for real? About the elements of the show. What's more for real? Just a quickie or question of the day?
Oh, that's an open.
Isn't it just the same things with different titles? Yes.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much. There you go.
Yes, it is.
There we go.
By the way, you might notice, I don't have my fancy bookshelf background or anything. Because, as you know, this is the equipment room for the Jets.
It is.
And with all the moves they've made, I don't talk about them now, but it's been very busy here. I know football is months away, but with all these free agents coming in, we haven't even had the draft yet. We're very, very busy. You can see
you still have Justin Fields' air fryer back there.
Well, he's not getting that back.
No.
Geno Smith's jockstrap. I see that.
No, but you can see there's a little bed back there because sometimes we're here so late we just crash out. So
Rex Ryan sleeps there.
Rex Ryan sleeps over every now and then.
Anyway, go ahead. Just a quickie. Hit us, John.
Just a quickie. Big Four sports history. This year we're doing 19. This week we're doing the year 1982. 1982. So which 4 teams became champions of their sport in the year 1982? We'll go back and forth and any order you want. Doesn't really matter. January, of course, would be the Super Bowl. So it'd be football. June would be both basketball and hockey, and October would be baseball. So, but in the calendar year 1982, which 4 teams became the champions in
New York Islanders in hockey?
Well, that's an easy one. So there you go. All right, so you got that one. Pete, you want to take a stab one?
2, I'll say 82, 80s.
Remember the 80s?
Barely. How about the 49ers?
49ers did win the Super Bowl. Yes, very good. There you go.
Thank you. I'll be around all the week.
Harry can get the other.
I'm Costanzing. I'm going out with a win. That's it.
All right, Harry, the NBA champions.
Oh, the NBA. Wow, 82. I got NBA is tough for me because it's like 2 years. You know, same thing with football.
There's two possible answers. I would.
Well, I know. In June of 82.
Which one are you going to guess first? Because you know I'm going to guess the other.
Yeah. It was the Lakers.
It was the Lakers, yes. All right. Pete, you want to let everybody know what you would have said?
I would have said the Celtics.
Of course, right. Yeah. It was indeed the Lakers.
An East Coast bias thing.
Right, exactly. And who won the World Series in October of 82?
82. Was that the Twins?
No, Twins did not win in 82.
Cardinals?
It was indeed the St. Louis Cardinals.
Yeah, good guess.
Nice one. All right, really quick though, who did the 49ers beat in 82?
Cincinnati Bengals.
They did. They beat the Bengals. And quarterback for the Bengals there?
Kenny Anderson. Right?
Kenny Anderson. And his number one weapon?
Chris Collinsworth.
There you go. All right.
Not Icky Woods?
Icky Woods was after. He was later in the 80s. That was Boomer Esiason's number.
Who was it?
He still had Collinsworth then too.
Was that? Let me see. Was that the Lewis Breach years?
Yeah.
Or was that after? Trying to think of every Bengal whose name I like.
Lewis Breach. Yeah.
I don't even know. I think he was a running back. I don't know.
Who did the Lakers beat in the NBA championship?
You know, was it the Sixers?
It was the Sixers.
Okay, because then the Sixers won the next year?
I don't know. We'll find that out when we
Yeah.
And who did the Islanders beat that year?
Why do I want to say... I want to say Vancouver.
I'm in Vancouver.
Vancouver Canucks?
It would be the Canucks, yes.
Okay.
Vancouver Canucks were indeed in the Stanley Cup Finals. And who did the Cardinals beat in the World Series? Pete, you want to take a stab at it?
Was it the Twins?
No, but you're very close.
It was the Brewers.
It was the Brewers.
Yeah.
Robin Yount and Paul Molitor.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The AL Brewers.
Raleigh Fingers.
It was the AL Brewers.
They're still in the AL to me. That's why I get confused when I see them playing the Dodgers in the playoffs. Like, why is this the World Series? Where's Robin Yount?
Where's Robin Yount when you need him? There you go. All right. So just a quickie. There you go.
All right. Very nice.
Moving right.
If you ask me who won all of those last year or even this year, I'm not sure I get
no idea.
All right. So
all right.
Let's talk some. That's final. Prairie View wins.
Prairie View wins. It is
handily.
Prairie View Pete. Congratulations, Prairie
View Pete. There you go. You got to find that. You got to find that sweater.
Yeah, that thing became a rag probably 35 years ago.
Only 35 years ago.
If I found it now, it would just
48 years ago.
It would smell like Pledge and be used to dust the furniture. So
yeah, that's just because you used to use Pledge to.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
smell like lemons.
Keep things squeaky and shiny.
Huffing Pledge in the 80s.
Huffing Pledge.
Huffing Pledge in the 80s. That is the song title for a lot.
That's Pete's autobiography.
Other kids were into airplane glue. Like, I was Huffing Pledge.
Huffing
glue.
I still can't go near a lemon meringue pie without having flashbacks. Lemon meringue furniture polish.
All right, so What are we doing here? We're picking our final four. Talking about the tournament. Anybody gets well? Do we all agree St. John's should have been a 5, or nobody cares?
No, they should have been at least a 4.
It should have been a 4. Right?
Yeah, or maybe a 3. They also should not have been. I mean, they're in the East, but they got to go all the way across the country to play, and then come back. And they're in against Kansas, Duke, and
it's bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, that's a tough bracket, but you're right. On top of that, they have to fly across the country and play, and then come back. So, good job, NCAA. Way to screw it up.
All right, shit. So let's pick each whatever.
Well, last year we did the whole bracket. So
yeah, let's do the bracket.
Let's do the bracket.
Well, no, let's not do the whole bracket.
Let's start at the 8. How's that?
No, let's just do the final 4 and the winner.
All right. Yeah. All right. Let's just do the winner. Fuck it.
No, let's do the final 4.
All right. We putting a bracket up there, graphics, Pete?
No.
No.
Let's see. Probably could. I couldn't update it though.
We could do it afterwards, yeah.
Yeah, we'll throw it on the website there.
Yeah, we'll throw it up there.
Because we're talking about stuff that's not happening. Are we doing the men and the women?
Let's start with the men.
Start with the men.
Okay.
Who do you got in the East? Who wants to go first?
Oh, let me see. Let's start in the East here. Number 1 is Duke. Yeah, you'd be an idiot not to. Well, we're going 4, right? So we need 2 teams. No.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess if you want to, we could go. We could do 8. But
let's do the 8.
Yeah. So semifinals in each region.
And then, do we have time for the? It'll be over.
2 from the East, 2 from the West, 2 from the South, 2 from the North.
All right.
So I'll take.
Midwest. Excuse me, Midwest. Yeah.
I'll take Duke and St. John's.
Can that happen?
I think it can. Can it happen? No, it can't.
No, it can't. No, never mind. It can't. Yeah. All right. So I'll take St. John's and.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah. Who's going to come out of the bottom half of that bracket?
I got my answer.
I'll go Michigan State.
Yeah, I got the same.
Mm-hmm.
St. John's. John, you writing this down?
I can.
Or, I guess I can. St. John's and Michigan State. All right. Let's go to the South.
Hold on.
Well, actually, why don't you write this? Never mind. I'll write it down.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Duke and Michigan State.
That's who you're taking.
I'm taking the same. Yeah. Duke and Michigan State.
I'm taking St. John's.
I'm sorry. St. John's and Michigan State.
All right.
You're taking Duke and Michigan State.
No, I'm taking St. John's and Michigan State.
Harry?
I'm taking St. John's, Michigan State.
Okay, so St. John's, Michigan State. Yeah.
It's stupid, but I'm taking them. Where do you want to go to next? The West?
Yeah, let's do West.
All right. Harry, you go first on this one.
All right. I'm going to stick with Arizona, although I'm not completely sold on them. They seem to have... Wisconsin is tempting to me. Wisconsin is tempting. Actually, fuck it. What do I have to lose? I'm going to take Wisconsin. I'm going to take Wisconsin, and I'm going to take Purdue.
Wisconsin and Purdue. John?
Arizona and Gonzaga.
Arizona and Gonzaga. And Pete is going with Wisconsin and Gonzaga.
And Gonzaga. There you go.
I'm splitting the difference.
One of Harry's, one of mine.
All right, let's go to the South. Johnny, you first.
Me first in the South, huh? Well, I'm going Florida. I mean, I don't know. I've been having the long debate about North Carolina with Jess because she loves the Tar Heels, but I think it's Houston. I just think it's 1 and 2.
I'm going chalk too.
Okay.
So Florida, Houston.
Yeah.
For both you guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna go Florida. I'm gonna take North Carolina just because I hope they lose.
I'll tell
Florida.
I'll tell Jess half of that. It's Pete's taking North Carolina.
Florida and North Carolina.
There you go.
And then finally in the Midwest, I guess Harry, you're back up.
It's hard to not take I just lost my screen.
Michigan.
Michigan and Iowa State.
You want chalk there too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Michigan and Iowa State. I'm gonna go I'm gonna go Michigan, Virginia.
Stole my thunder there, Pete.
All right.
A lot of people are pretty hot on Virginia.
They're just playing really well right now. So.
They are?
Yeah.
All right. So, who do we like coming out of the East?
Riding St. John's.
Okay. Do we all like St. John's to win the East?
I want St. John's to win, but I think Michigan State is maybe one of the top 2 teams playing right now. So I'm going to take Michigan State. Even though I want St. John's to win, I'm going to take Michigan State.
Mm-hmm.
So, in the East, John likes St. John's. Pete likes St. John's. Harry likes Michigan State. All right. In the South, well, we all have Florida, and I'm going to take Florida.
I'm going to take Houston.
I got to go Houston.
All right. Let's go to the West. Harry?
I'm going to ride Wisconsin. There's something about this team. I'm probably going to be wrong, but let's just take a chance.
On Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Should write a song about that.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Gonzaga.
As am I, sir.
They never.
All right.
That's why I'm taking them. They're due.
And then finally, the West. John?
Virginia.
I'm going to take Michigan.
It's Midwest.
Midwest, yeah. Sorry. Harry?
I'm going to go with the 2. I'm going to go Iowa State. A little bit of an upset.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then...
What are you taking?
I'm taking Michigan.
I'm taking Michigan.
So we're all split on the Midwest.
Split, there you
go. All right. So that's our final 4.
So who plays who in the does the East play the West or the East play the South?
The East plays the South.
East plays the South and the West plays the Midwest, yes.
So the East, so with me, the East plays the South.
So you've got Michigan in the
Michigan
East.
State. I got Michigan State, Houston, and Wisconsin, Iowa State.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Final 4. Who do you like? Actually, let's let John go first. Right. So, John, you got St. John's against Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you like there?
St. John's.
St. John's. And then you've got Gonzaga against Virginia.
Virginia.
St. John's and Virginia. All right. I am also going to take St. John's over Florida. And I'm going to take Michigan over Gonzaga.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Gonzaga. Your run ends there. All right, Harry.
I got Houston versus Iowa State.
Houston and Iowa State. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that leaves us with one game.
That's true.
For all the marbles.
For all them marbles.
I'm going to take St. John's.
Mm-hmm. I would love if it happened.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't really think it's going to happen, but I'm going to pick it.
No, we're not betting any money on this, obviously.
No.
This is fantasy picks.
Absolutely.
So,
my sheet is laughing at me.
My sheet is weeping.
See, I'm going with St. John's as well.
I'm gonna go with Houston. I think they're a little bit of a sleeper, even though they're a top 5 team. I think they had a decent strength of schedule, and I think they're built for the tournament. But I've been wrong many times before on this.
Many times.
All right. I don't think I have a women's bracket here.
I'll photo. Looking at for it here. So we don't have dead air. I'm just chatting away.
Well, the women's, there's obviously a pretty big favorite, and we'll see if that.
Here we go.
Happens.
All right, so,
they don't even have. They got Fort Worth, Sacramento, Regional 3 and Regional 4. So we got they got to be different.
All right. Well,
hold
on. I gotta get something to write on.
Did you lose your pencil?
No, I just
Is there a train in somebody's backyard or something?
No, that's my alarm.
Oh, okay.
Although I do live near the train tracks, but not that.
It's his burglar alarm. Fuck it. Just like it.
All right, so let's take the.
So we got Fort Worth 1, we got Sacramento 2, and then we got Sacramento 4.
Let's just go 1, 2, 3, 4.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's one. It's going to be 1 versus 4.
4.
Yeah.
2 versus
in the Final 4. Yeah. Are we just doing Final 4 here?
Yeah, let's just do Final 4.
Yeah, Final 4. Let's see. Well, all right, Final 4. So Fort Worth 1, Final 4. I'm going to go UConn.
Yeah, I'm going UConn as well.
I'm going UConn as well.
All right, let's do Sacramento 2.
UCLA. So far, I'm going
chalk the whole way?
No.
But we don't know who Baylor's playing.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't know who Baylor's playing. No, we don't.
Gotta take UCLA.
Yeah, UCLA.
Yeah. You too?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go down to Fort Worth 3. Anybody want to take anyone besides Texas?
We don't know who they're playing. I laugh.
Might be
it's hard not to go chalk with the women's, but I'm going to go Texas, but I'm going to throw a curveball out in number 4.
I may have a curveball in number 4 too, but I'll go Texas as well on that.
Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take Texas. All right. And then we have Sacramento 4. The women don't get any respect.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'll take Fairleigh Dickinson.
Okay.
I'm going to take TCU.
There you go. I will take the team that Fairleigh Dickinson will lose to in the first round.
Iowa.
I'm going to take Iowa too. I'm giving a lot of love to the Midwest, which is unlike me, but I think Iowa's going to do it.
All right. So, who do we like, UConn or UCLA?
UConn.
Yeah, it's going to be UConn.
All right. John's taking UConn. Harry's taking UConn. I'll take UCLA. And then Texas against. I will take Texas over TCU. You guys going Texas over Iowa?
I'm going to go Iowa.
You're going to go Iowa.
I'm going Iowa too.
All right. And then you guys both picking UConn for the championship?
I have UConn giving 24 in the championship game.
25 and a half. Who dost thou think there, Peter?
I'm going to take Texas.
You're going contrarian. Texas has beaten UConn in the finals.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
I know why not, because they're not as good.
He's hot on Texas. He's got Prairie View winning.
I like Texas. I got Prairie View. I got TCU.
He's a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
All right, so there we go. So we got UConn, Texas, and then for the men, I don't know who you guys picked.
I picked St. John's. You picked St. John's. Harry picked Houston.
Oh, there it is.
Got all written down on things to do.
Houston.
There you go.
Okay.
Those are our brackets. Let's see how far we can actually get before our guesses or our picks shit the bed.
Let me see. Let me just throw a little. AI likes Duke, Houston, Arizona, and Iowa State for the men.
Duke, Houston, Arizona, and Iowa State. Okay.
Yeah, I got two of them.
And UConn, UCLA, Texas, and South Carolina for the women. Chalk.
Yeah.
Gee, that was hard.
Well, AI is either smarter than us or dumber than us.
I think it's a little bit of both, elements of both in there.
Yeah.
Because AI just looks at facts and numbers. There's no human element to AI, clearly, so there's no human element to winning or losing.
Oh, there's human elements.
No, there's human elements in winning and losing, but there's no human elements in AI. So.
Oh, man. You think the Celtics are winning again by a lot?
They're getting healthy at the right time.
Yeah, well, with Tatum back,
Last week or a couple weeks ago, I guess it was, after like his first 2 games back, they were like, "Oh, he's not meshing. You just wait till he's completely healthy. He's screwing up a good thing." And then the next day, they were like, "No, he looks fine." They won by like 28 or whatever. And
well,
like,
the real question is, do you think they'll beat the Pistons for the number 1 spot before the end of the season?
It's possible.
They might.
Right now the betting lines have the favorites to come out of the East as Boston.
Yeah.
Well, listen, let me throw these numbers at you real quick, because at the beginning of the season, maybe, I think, or maybe at the end of last season, I don't know. We predicted over under for number of wins. So we still have some games left, but Boston was I went half a game under the number of wins they had last season.
Mm-hmm.
So Boston was 60.5, and we went under because Tatum was hurt. So doubtful they're going to get to that.
No.
But Houston was 51.5. Phoenix was 35.5. And Harry, you took the under. John and I took the over.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only one that's been decided. Memphis 47.5. Portland 35.5. Orlando 40.5. Indiana 49.5. Obviously, we all went under. They've lived up to. Brooklyn 25.5. They'll be lucky to get to that. I took the over being a homer. You guys took the under. Like, come on, man. Can't stay at 17 forever.
Exactly.
So, but it ain't happening tonight. They're getting crushed.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how everybody makes out as we get through the end of the. What do we got? 12 games left, or
11 or 12. Yeah. I get a question.
49, 59, and 9 is 68. So yeah.
68, 14 games.
Yeah.
So I got a question for both of you. So it's obviously in Midtown on Sunday for the half marathon, and watching everybody run up 7th Avenue and into the park and so forth and so on. But obviously there's a big St. Patrick's Day vibe around town all day, as you can imagine. So my question to you guys is, what piece of sports uniform do you think was the most seen and viewed being worn by people this past Sunday?
That's really easy. That's a Larry Bird jersey.
Where was this?
In Midtown on Sunday.
For St. Patrick's, right?
There was a big St. Patrick's Day vibe around the race, obviously, and in all the bars and so forth and so on. So what piece of sports uniform apparel was worn by the most amount of people this past Sunday in Midtown?
In Midtown.
Mm-hmm.
What's the Eagles quarterback's name?
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. I'm tempted to say Jalen Hurts, but I don't think that's it.
Jalen O'Brunson.
Jalen O'Brunson. Jalen O'Brunson.
Well, I'm assuming it would be green, so it'd have to be a green team. I don't think there's enough. Well, maybe some Geno Smith jerseys. I'll say Geno Smith.
It's the Celtics because of the Celtics.
It's the Celtics because of the green and the
because their name is the Celtics,
and they're the Celtic,
and they have a leprechaun and a lucky, and they had a bunch of white guys that were good. It's pretty
much a Larry Bird Celtics jersey, and Jason Tatum was big too. So. Yeah.
It taps into everything Boston loves.
If you,
but this was Midtown, though.
Yeah, but here's the thing: I'm not saying that anyone that was wearing these jerseys was a Celtics fan by any means.
No. But see, to me, that's how do you do that? I know it's
fashion. It's fashion.
It was fast fashion.
Here's how I knew the answer to that. Because I lived near a college and I saw all of these idiots wearing they don't know who Larry Bird is. They just have the shirt.
Yeah, but that's green. Colorado. This is Midtown, New York.
What are you,
and you're telling me?
I guess if they're in Midtown, New York, we're a bunch of twits who don't know anything about sports.
So it really was just jersey. A bunch of people who were not fans.
I got to be honest with you. Yeah, I didn't walk up to them and interview them and ask them, but I guarantee you, the majority of them were not even NBA fans.
No,
why would you
wearing the jerseys?
Because it's easy to get. It's tied in with Boston and the Irish history.
But what
There's
is
a lot of people there from Massachusetts? It's green. It's the greenest of green.
No, I understand all the reasons. I'm just saying these things are not.
You're thinking too
No,
deeply.
I'm thinking about the cost. I mean, were these legit jerseys or were they knockoffs?
I'm sure
were
they
ordered
T-shirts? No, they were jerseys, but I'm sure they were. I'm sure they ordered them on.
Amazon.
From some Amazon,
like Temu or something like that. So
right, yeah.
That was the thing I'm saying. You're in New York, and jerseys are not cheap. You know better than anyone, John.
Yeah, half the people's mommies and daddies bought it.
All those people couldn't have gone to the guy with the beat up pickup truck in the corner of the flea market in Cranford or wherever it is.
Yeah,
Piscataway.
Cranford is my go-to because I used to work with a guy from there.
Yeah.
Cranford's Connecticut, right?
Cranford's New Jersey.
Is there Cranford, New Jersey?
Right at the Parkway.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Don Smith from
Don Smith.
News 12 from Cranford.
Right. But he, oh yeah, that's right. You worked with him, yeah.
Yeah.
So
he's a great guy. I love Don.
But it's easy to get, and it means nothing. I woke up, I didn't look at the quality of them. They could have just been, screened jerseys.
All right, here's my next question. If that's the case, just buy a fucking green T-shirt.
Thanks for watching, folks.
What do you gotta? You know what I mean? Why do you gotta buy a sports related thing to celebrate?
Because it's a team with an Irish logo.
But you just put it's green. It's the color green. All you have to do is put it on a green T-shirt.
You don't understand that.
If they're not sports fans and they're not basketball fans,
here's why they do it. Because especially with this generation, if one person does it, who's influential, everybody does
it. Who does it that's influential?
There was a time, and back
I don't know her name, but I'm sure you can find her.
Just a quickie chick, I bet. She was wearing.
Yeah, there you go.
She was probably wearing a Supersonics jersey.
She was wearing a Bill Russell jersey.
Back in the 90s. Kids back in the 90s.
Remember Jump Around and all that.
Yeah, kids back in the 90s because of was it Criss Cross, right?
No, it was House of Pain.
House of Pain.
Yeah. Right.
Criss Cross was Jump.
Criss
Cross was just Jump.
I think they wore them.
You got to jump around.
There's a lot of them that wore them, right? But that was the thing. That was fashion. It didn't matter what team you rooted for, or even if you liked basketball.
Okay,
you wore an NBA jersey.
The young hipster wannabes in Midtown aren't wearing stuff that was popular 35, 40 years ago.
All right, folks. Well, thanks for joining in this week. We'll be back next week with our favorite Groundhog's Day uniform.
We'll be back in 2 weeks to do our Olympic wrap-up.
There you go. Now, 2 weeks.
We'll be back in 2 weeks to talk in detail about the World Baseball Classic.
2 weeks. Did you guys know? I've been drinking a Snapple all night. Did you know that the dragonfly can reach speeds of up to 36 miles an hour?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that? Things you learn from a Snapple cap. There you go.
And on a windy day.
Faster than Nestor Cortez's fastball.
There you go.
In the World Series.
Anyway, 2 weeks from tonight is our baseball kickoff show. The baseball season will be just about a week old, but we're picking our winners. We'll talk about week one, right? And we'll pick our winners for the divisions.
Here's a question for you, John, because I think I already know the answer. Is there a day in the year? I'm guessing this is the only day at your age now where you wake up with morning wood is opening day for the Mets.
One of them. So, it's a very special day because it's a clean slate and they haven't lost yet. The next day is, well, for the Mets, knock on wood, for the most part, over the last 60 years, they've won a hell of a lot more than they've lost they've won a hell of a lot more than they've lost on opening day.
On opening day.
Yeah. Well, right. Hope always springs eternal, and it's in its greatest form on opening day. So
exactly.
Listen, that's part of what kind of Met fan are you? After a week, are you ready? They're done. You ready to hang it up, or do you hang on until August 27th when they're 13 games out of it and you're like
The
Mets have won 41 of 50 the Mets have won 41 of 55 openers. So they're 41 and 23. No, 41 and 14. 41 and 14. They're 41 and 14 in the last 55 years.
Palindromically good. Numerically speaking.
41 and 14 in the last 55 years. So there you go.
There you go. All right. So we'll be back to talk about that in a couple of weeks. And the NBA season will be getting close to wrapping, I guess.
Yeah.
And
we should be within a few games of seeding should be pretty much
14 games, 14 days. So we should really be down, I would think, less than no more than 2 or 3
maybe
games
3 games. Yeah.
So the Mets hold the highest winning percentage of any team on opening day.
Yep.
65%. Who's number 2? I'll give you a hint. They've played even less opening day games than the Mets?
I know this one.
Okay.
That would be the Seattle Mariners.
Mm-hmm. Who's number 3? Surprising.
I know this one too, but I'm going to let Pete guess.
I don't know. Pirates?
You're close.
You're in the vicinity.
Mid-Atlantic.
Yeah, Mid-Atlantic vicinity.
Go towards the sea.
The Phillies?
A little south.
South.
The Brooklyn Nets?
Yeah. If you think Brooklyn is south,
you didn't pass geography, did you?
Come on, guys. You know I have no
It's
memory.
only about
Now
an
you're
hour.
throwing geography into it.
It's only about an hour and a half from Philly.
It's the Baltimore Orioles.
Baltimore.
And then number 4 makes sense when you think about
when
it.
you think, well,
the game.
well, of course.
Yeah. The Baltimore Orioles have actually won more opening day games than the Yankees.
The Baltimore Orioles have won more opening day games than the Yankees.
They've won 74 opening day games. The Yankees have won 70.
Interesting.
The Yankees and Orioles also, interestingly enough, have tied a game on opening day.
When did that happen?
John, I want you to do some research and go back and tell us when there were actual ties in baseball. Anyway, until next time. Yeah.
I can assume that they tied each other. So.
Maybe.
Well, I'll research that for the show in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. That would have been a question. So the question to Pete in the old days would have been, which of your favorite baseball teams holds the best winning percentage on opening day? And then the question to me would have been, which two baseball teams have the only tie in opening day history?
Well, we don't have to do that part of the show.
And what was the reason for the tie?
Yes, exactly. And what year was it?
It was the volcano.
Yeah, it's a three-leg parlay. What teams, what year, and why?
Why? It's volcanic.
Pete's question is, which of your favorite baseball teams holds the highest winning percentage on opening day? What is their mascot?
In Queens.
And what city do they play in?
Yeah. What team in what city that you love has the most opening day wins?
Or Weaver.
And I would still lose probably I don't think you'd get all 3, but 2/3 to 0.
You would say Joe Namath for one.
I'd probably say Chad Pennington.
Yeah.
Queens. He's talking about the Jets.
Or Sam Bradford Donald.
Could be Sam. Yeah. Anyway, so all that coming up in a couple of weeks. So.
A couple of weeks. We got a lot of fun stuff that day. It's all baseball that show. Maybe a little NBA at the end because it's close.
I am actually going to Rockies opening day here. Whatever that is. Yeah, April.
I will not be. I went. I think
they're playing the Phillies, if I'm not mistaken.
I went 2 years ago. I went to opening day.
I hear it's Coors Field.
No, at Mets opening day 2 years ago.
City Field.
Where did the Rockies rank on the opening day list?
I think
percentage. We have to get percentage wise.
They won once.
We'll have to look. We'll look. I'll do a recap of all of the percentage.
How long have they been in existence?
Since '93.
Yeah.
So 33 years.
They came here the same year I did.
I was going to say coincidence.
92, I think. It was a 93, right?
93.
So they're
you beat them out.
3 and 30. 3 and 29.
I'll give you an answer here in a second. Dodgers are number 5. The Cubs are 6. The Giants are 7. Pirates are 8. The Rockies are tied for 9th with a 53% winning percentage. They're 17 and 15 on opening day.
They're over 500. Can't complain about that.
Yeah.
There you go. Wait, that's 20. That's 32.
Yeah. This will be 33.
This will be 33. Yeah, you're right.
There you go.
And then I guess they're not counting 2020. Oh no, yeah. Oh no, there was still
an opening day.
Yeah, but 93. This should be 34.
No, this will be 33 years. 93 plus 33 is 2026.
Yeah, but there was one that year.
Maybe the Rockies' first season was 90. No, maybe it was 93.
It was 93,
yeah.
So there was 1 year in there that they didn't have an opening day. I'll tell you. I'll have to go back. Maybe you're looking at last year's list before.
Maybe I am.
That could be.
There you go.
Either way, we'll scope it out for the.
We'll scope it out. And we'll have the. Correct.
Either way, no one cares. Not even Vanessa.
Vanessa doesn't care. And the baseball games were fun since after the start of ticket prices dropped considerably in price. Yeah, you're not wrong there. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Vanessa, the Texas Rangers have won a World Series more recently than
Mets or the Yankees.
So,
and a lot of other teams for that.
A lot of other teams.
Yeah.
There's only a couple teams, right? Is it two or three teams?
Was that the weirdest World Series in the last 20 years?
The last World Series to be won by any team other than the Los Angeles Dodgers was the Texas Rangers.
That was a weird World Series, though.
But it was that was a feel-good series, though.
Was it?
Why? I think it was.
Nobody watched it. It wasn't.
Yeah, but I mean, it was
close.
easy.
Didn't they win 4-2? Was it the Diamondbacks? Did they play the
Diamondbacks?
Yeah.
But
it wasn't.
It was weird to me watching that. Watching that World Series, feeling that the team that had the upper hand in World Series appearances and wins was the Rangers, and it really wasn't. It was the Diamondbacks.
Yeah. The Diamondbacks for their brief history in baseball have had some very successful seasons. Again, thanks for bringing it up, John.
I had to go there. Who's your favorite one?
I just think it was easy to root for Texas. You didn't have a natural rooting interest. I think it was easy to root for.
Why was it easy to root for Texas?
Because they sucked for a long time.
So did the Diamondbacks, but then they were good. I mean, the Diamondbacks was more of a surprise that year, I thought. They were both kind of a surprise. I guess what was kind of interesting about it.
Yeah.
I guess for people in Arizona and Texas, maybe half of Texas, it was probably a pretty good. Let's face it, the most popular,
or Prairie View.
The most popular baseball team in Texas is definitely the Astros.
I thought it was going to say the Prairie View Panthers.
Prairie View Mountain Panthers.
So it's Prairie View.
They're going to the dance. So
it's Prairie View A&M.
I'm not even.
A&M, yes.
I think if you were to take the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Colorado Rockies and do a statewide search of people's favorite baseball teams, I don't think the Rockies or the Diamondbacks would be in the number one spot.
Okay.
Probably right about that.
I think it's the Los Angeles Dodgers out here.
Yeah.
Los Dodgers.
The Los Dodgers, Los Angeles.
All
right, 7-7 Mustangs and Redhawks. We gotta both kick the extra points.
We got a barn burner going on here.
Barn burner going on with just 17 and a half minutes left. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. By the way, everybody, if you have young men and women working for you in an office or at home, and they don't answer any emails for the next week promptly, it's because they're at the bar watching March Madness.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Oh, did you hear this? The number one medical procedure?
Carpal tunnel syndrome?
No, heading into the Final Four or the NCAA tournament.
Oh no,
vasectomy.
Wow.
Guys will go and get a vasectomy so they can sit at home and watch basketball for a few days with a bag of ice because you can't, work. They're all swollen up and stuff.
Oh my God.
Well, even if they don't eat it, I guess in some cases, but if they were planning on it,
but here's the thing.
March Madness.
What about the one employee that goes and gets a vasectomy every year?
They do fail. They do fail every once in a while.
Yeah. Well, how many of them are actually, I went, I swear it didn't work. I'm going again.
I have to go in for my yearly vasectomy.
My annual vasectomy.
It's like the dead grandmother excuse in college, right? I couldn't finish my paper. My grandma died. I had to go home for a few days.
Yeah.
Boss, I'm going to be out for the next 4 days. Getting a vasectomy. Again? Yeah. It grew back.
Or what you call it in MASH, whatever Klinger said. He's got to go home. His grandmother is doing whatever, and Colonel Blake said, "I thought your grandmother died." And Klinger goes, "She got better."
Yeah.
So anyway,
all right, guys.
If you like this kind of playful banter, make sure you tune in 2 weeks.
There you go.
And watch for clips on the On the old YouTube and the Facebook and the TikTok and the Instagrams.
You know, check them all out. They're all the clips.
Yeah,
go
like our pages and share them with your friends and
like
give us a thumbs up. Subscribe on the YouTube, all that good stuff. It helps us grow this to something that hopefully might resemble a small shrub soon.
Exactly.
Well,
Get On With It page on Facebook, the RadioPete page on Facebook, the Jersey Johnny page on Facebook, the YouTube page for the Get On With It show and the Locker Room. And everything on Instagram and TikTok and everywhere else.
We're hoping that this year, when we go to the Podcasters Conference, not as many people will snicker when we walk by.
Exactly. That's the hope. That's the hope.
It's all about small, attainable goals.
Right. And we're going to have a Kickstarter because we're going to try to get on with it. Gowie lunch boxes made for everybody.
Yes, just lunch boxes.
Yes.
Yeah, with like Lawrence Taylor and other players from the 80s and 90s on them.
Just with us. Just a close up of John like this, top of his head cut off, and you can order it with 3 of your team's favorite jerseys. Yeah,
there you go.
Well, I got the first picture right here that we're going to use.
Is it Chico Escuela?
It's Chico Escuela.
Yes, the original Venezuelan baseball star.
And
congratulations to Venezuela.
Yeah, great team.
I don't feel as terrible. Like, obviously, I wanted the U.S. to win, but
that's the first lunchbox picture.
Oh, there we go.
All right.
That's me and Stephen Baker.
You and
Stephen Baker. I don't feel like horrible because we didn't win. I feel worse about like losing in the Olympics than I would for the World Baseball Classic.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I would feel.
I don't know why, but I mean, you know.
A lot of good baseball players, and I would say that one thing that I did notice is that the United States team seemed a little long in the tooth. Not the pitching. We could have used some veteran pitchers out there. But I mean, imagine if the United States had Skeens available for more than 4 innings and Skubal and Garrett Cole and Max Fried. I mean, it would have been, I think, slightly different.
I think it would have been. But like I said, and like we all talked about before, to that point, it's spring training. They're not going to let pitchers go more than they would let them go in spring training.
Well, for you Mets fans, at least Juan Soto is maybe this will help him not suck for the first 3 months.
And I actually heard audio of an interview they did with Bryce Harper after yesterday's game.
I was happy for Bryce Harper. By the way, I like Bryce Harper.
He was actually he was talking about Nolan McLean, and
Nolan McLean did a fine job.
A great kid, and he called him Mac. He says Mac has a great future ahead of him. He's going to be a great Met for a long time. Bryce, that came from Bryce Harper. I was like, who are you, and what'd you do with Bryce Harper?
Yeah.
Well, Bryce Harper was the guy who went over and, shook the hands and congratulated all the Venezuelan players.
People have been down on Bryce Harper. I think Bryce Harper is the real reason why. You could say what you want about the Phillies. They haven't had postseason success, but you have to admit they've been a very, very good regular season team for many years now.
Yeah, they have been. Yeah. You're right. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
And look, USA losing, that's going to fuel more interest for next year, too. Got to get revenge, I think.
This is true.
Yeah, I don't know. Right. I just think we should if we just said, hey, it's U.S. born, including U.S. territories players, then Team Italy would go away, Team Puerto Rico would go away, and then we could have those players on Team USA. And then it would really just become Japan, the Dominican Republic, USA, and Venezuela.
Yeah. Well, look, if things go
Canada was not bad, actually.
No, Canada was not bad. If things go badly with negotiations, if
This
the
is
major
all we might
leaguers
have.
are allowed to play next year, the World
They
Baseball
wouldn't.
Classic might be the only baseball
Well,
we
let's see.
see.
Well, it's every 3 years, so it wouldn't be against.
It's every 3 years? Okay. Oh, okay.
Until then, I have an entire season of myself yelling at the ineptitude of Austin Wells and Ryan McMahon and Anthony Volpe.
According to everybody, he's overcome his inability to play well in the intense moments and under pressure. So everything should be fine now.
Yeah, we shall see.
I'm sure that.
By the way, Trent Grisham is batting under 100 in the preseason.
It's spring training.
Yeah, it matters. It matters. If you can't hit above 100 against spring training pitchers, Tarek Skubal is not going to be something you're really going to want to face. All right.
So
2 weeks baseball show. It's gonna be fun.
All right.
Here we go. Until then, go SMU.
Yeah.
Good luck with everybody's brackets in the tournament.
Prairie View, and let's hope there's some good upsets.
It would be nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Not for the TV shows.
Let's go Johnny's. Let's go Johnny's. For Luke Carnesecca, everybody wear your worst sweater.
There you go.
Yeah. I'll wear my Celtic sweater.
Prairie View sweater.
Yeah. I'm gonna wear my Celtics jersey for Groundhog's Day.
My Prairie View sweater and my Celtic socks.
There you go.
All right.
Yes. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
See you.
Thank you all for watching. For those of you listening to the audio podcast, a passel of thanks for listening. You're all really swell. Like and follow us on all our social media. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Just search for the Get On With It podcast. All of our shows are available on YouTube at the Lager Room channel. Just click the Live tab to reach the show archive. The video podcast is live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook every other Wednesday, starting sometime between 7 and 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You can find the audio podcasts on our host, Spreaker, as well as your favorite audio platform. If you haven't already, quit your dilly-dallying and subscribe so you will never miss a show. Thanks again for joining us. Have a great rest of your week and watch lots of sports. For the boys, this is Harry Hansen saying see you in a fortnight.